Hello. Welcome to my channel. My name is Sabrina Rising. I am an intuitive guide, facilitator of transformational work. I'm a psychic medium, and I am offering this free Oracle Hour. I did my first one last week and it was so much fun. So here we are again, Wednesdays at 5. I'll be doing these throughout the month of October. Thank you for joining me live. I'm so happy to be here with you all. The intention behind this Oracle Hour is to share spiritual information, is to talk about spiritual work, inner work, healing work, to answer questions, any questions that you might have about your own personal journey, anything that you might be struggling with. I'm happy to offer psychic advice, intuitive guidance into your process. I'm also happy to connect with your spirit team and offer divinely guided messages, whatever I feel might be coming through, or perhaps connecting with some of your loved ones that have crossed over. So if you're joining me live, I'm just going to get into the chat and see who is here with me. Hello, thank you for watching. Feel free to ask questions anytime. You can fire away. So a little bit about intuitive work and how I do this work. I usually prepare by taking some time to just get still and quiet. My process involves closing my eyes and just doing some deep belly breaths where I can feel centered and connected. And I just let go of any attachments to any outcome. I trust that all of the information that I will need to be able to serve you or whoever it is. Hi, Canada. Thanks for watching. Welcome. My intention is to serve you in the highest way possible. So I sit down quietly, I close my eyes, I take some belly breaths, as I mentioned, and I just let go of any attachments to any outcome. I trust that universal intelligence is available to me at all times and that I can access it in order to help serve your highest and best good and my highest and best good and everybody's highest and best good. So there's only one self, capital S self, in the world of spirituality, in the world of universal intelligence. And so when we serve this self for ourselves and for others, we are actually also serving the collective. So I can see I already have some questions here. Hi, Christy. Thank you for joining me. I would love to connect with, here we go. Hi, Christy. I'm going to show your question. Hi, Christy. I would love to connect with my grandmother, Addie, in spirit. I would love to connect with her too. Okay. Do you have a specific question for her? It's okay if you don't. I can connect with her regardless. And if you're shy, that's okay too. All right, Christy. Let's just take a few minutes to close my eyes and breathe. Addie. So I see a woman who has she's doing something with her hands. I don't know if she's knitting or crocheting or doing some kind of work with her hands, and she's making something. And she seems very content with what she's making, very content with, she kind of has a tendency to want to be, very meticulous with her craft. She takes a lot of pride in what she's doing. Christy, if this is connecting for you, please confirm. Okay, I'm gonna see if she has a specific message for you because you didn't ask a question. So I'll see if she has a specific message that she'd like to offer you tonight. I see a woman with like very white hair, a little tiny little bit of black and gray in it, but mostly white and silver. And she's wearing glasses and she's doing this work with her hands. And I can see that her hands are kind of bony. She is showing me, again, she's showing me something that she's made for you. It looks like something white, and she's wrapping it around you and telling you that you're not alone. Her message to you is that she's with you. She sees you. There's an image that I see where you're sitting on a it's almost like a window bench or window seat, and you're staring out the window, and you feel, your energy feels very lonely, very sort of, a little bit sad and nostalgic. And she wants you to know that she sees you in those moments and she's with you in those moments. Here we go. She was an incredible sewer. Okay, good. We got her. She's here with you. She loves to sew things and make things with her hands. And she's asking, this white thing that she's wrapping around you, I don't know if that's something you recognize. Here, I'm going to put your first confirmation here. If it's something you recognize, please tell me, because this always allows for more messages to come through. And I would love to understand how scarcity has been passed down from her mother to my mother. Yeah, here we go. She used to make all of my Halloween costumes. She was very proud of them, very meticulous. Good. Thank you for confirming, Christy. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I see it. Like she's just covering you, clothing you. So thank you for that confirmation. She has a lot of love for you. And I feel like she really stepped in times when your mom was not available to you, or times when maybe your mom didn't, I don't want to say she didn't take as good care of you as, for example, your grandmother did. Your grandmother was very thoughtful, very present. She did those things. It was very important for her that you had your needs met. Here, let's see more confirmation. And yes, I felt lonely as a child. That image of me looking. Okay, good. Thank you. All right. So here's what I want to say about this question. I would love to understand how scarcity has been passed down from her to my mother. This is a great question. And this is, of course, a question about ancestral, beliefs and generational trauma. And, to answer, it's very general too. So to answer it very specifically, Addie's telling me that there was, they grew up in a very, minimal abundance, scarce environment. It feels like a farm, or it feels like maybe like a small house on a lot of land type of thing. And so, I feel like your direct mother didn't have a lot herself. Like there was not a lot to go around. And so the beliefs that were sort of passed down from generation to generation is that, there just isn't enough to go around. That's, what I keep hearing grandma say, that there was, they always had to like make do with what they had and make the best of their situation. I feel like your grandmother worked really hard as well, and so I feel like she did a lot to compensate for the scarcity in the family. And this is a wound that you inherited, right? And this belief that there's just not enough for you. Here we go. Confirmation. Yes, my mother worked a lot and my grandmother was there to support me. Yeah, good. Here we go. Okay, so we've got your grandmother with us, Addie. And I have another question from Angela, and I'm going to get to you next as soon as I wrap up with Grandma Addie, who really wants to talk to Christy. By the way, your grandmother's really happy that you're asking for her. You're asking for her, you're asking to connect with her. She really wants you to, it's interesting. There's a specific message for you in this question, I think, that is related to scarcity, which is that she really wants you to move from wherever you are. So the word is move out of whatever it is you're doing, or move away from whatever it is you're doing, to move into something better. She wants you to move into something better. And I don't know, it seems like there is an opportunity to choose something. I don't know if there's a job coming, or an opportunity to relocate. But the suggestion from Grandma is that she'd really love to see you move out of your current circumstances, and maybe it's even move out of this belief system that there's just not enough to go around. This is something that you inherited directly from your mom, and like I said before, this is generational trauma, so it gets passed down from generation to generation. And please confirm, Christy, if that feels accurate. If you're looking for, here we go. Yes, I completely understand this. Okay, good. And I want to respect your privacy too, so you don't have to give me all of the details on YouTube. But if this is making sense to you, then I would literally run with it. I would make that move. I wouldn't hesitate. I would, choose it and start to look at other environments, other even relationships that what might be healthier for you. Okay, so your grandmother wants something better for you. In a lot of ways, your mom caused a lot of heartache for your mom. For your grandmother. Your grandmother was like, very worried about her, very concerned about her well-being, very concerned about her choices, and so she wants you to have a departure from this fate. Okay, she wants you to have something better. She wants you to change your stars. Okay, does that make sense, Christy? Thank you for confirming. All right. Who is next? Thank you, Addie, for connecting with me. I appreciate you being here. And before I wrap up with you, Christy, if you want to continue to connect with your grandma, okay, you can pick up sewing. She'll connect with you in that way for sure. Also, there's something about apples. So I don't know if there's like a recipe, an apple pie recipe or an apple recipe that she left you. This is when you are making this type of recipe, that's your grandmother her presence is infused in that. That's something where you can, if you engage in that activity, you can connect with her presence. You can feel her there with you. Okay. She's just letting you know that she's here with you and she's so happy to be connecting with you. Here we go. New comment. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. So accurate and resonant. Thank you for connecting. Oh, you're welcome, Christy. Thank you for asking. I appreciate you being here. Okay. Let's see. I have an apple tree in my backyard, and I was just talking about making apple crumble, which is what she used to make. Beautiful. I love it. Oh, I love connecting to everlasting love. Thank you, Christy. Wherever you are in the world, thank you for joining us and for giving me the opportunity to serve you. Okay. Hi, Erin. So good to see you too. Okay, Angela, you had a question. Okay. Wait a minute. I just realized that Christy. Hi, Christy. I just realized who you are. Welcome. Okay, good. Angela, what are my soul's gifts? Okay, this is a very general question, which I will happily answer just by tuning into your energy. So we all come here with our own unique gifts, and you came here specifically with the gift of leading by example, okay, and of bringing harmony and balance into your environment. So these are two really important gifts that I feel from you, that it's important for you to share. So you're here to teach and you're here to share on a large scale your life experience. You're here to help people connect to their own gifts, and you do that by leading by example. And it's really important that you cultivate this gift. And I feel like you've been I don't feel like you've been hiding it, but I feel like you've lacked confidence in your own ability to really share your gift and really you've been playing small is what I want to say. And so I know this is kind of a phrase we hear all the time, playing small, but I really feel like there's a big obligation that you've held for a very long time that you can put down now, so that you can be free to share your gifts with the world and really share from your experience. It's time to come out of hiding and really share what it is that you need to teach. You have a lot of a plethora of wisdom and knowledge and life experience that you can share with others. It's time to share that now. Please let me know if this feels accurate. You're welcome. And hold on a second. I plan to. Beautiful. Great. Beautiful. Okay. Okay, I'm still new at this, so here we go. Yes. Okay, good. Thank you. I have another question about a family friend. Please fire away. Ask me anything you want. Ask away. I'll just wait patiently while people type their questions. This is so fun. I'm having such a good time. And I'm really enjoying this solar eclipse energy. I don't know if anyone else has been feeling this energy today. For me, has really been about relationship with self, relationship with others, and sort of coming out of some old relationship patterns like people pleasing and avoiding conflict and all the Libra stuff, So that's really been present for me today. Angela, okay, I got your question. Here we go. Family friend who passed in 2022. Okay. Well, let's connect to the family friend who passed in 2022. If that's okay with you, I'm happy to do that. Does she have a message for us? Yes, she does. I'm sure she does. Okay, so let's connect with Giovanna's energy. You didn't clarify your question for this family friend, but I have Giovanna here with me, and she's sitting with rosary beads in her hands. And it's like the skin is peeling off her fingers a little bit. Her hands are super chafed, like they're very, very, very dry. And this is really bothering her. She's kind of itching them a lot. And I see her heavyset, and she seems very uncomfortable in her skin, just from head to toe, not just in her hands. And she was a family friend, and I want to say that she loved this family. She loved your family. And she did her best to try to find a place for herself in this family, to ingratiate herself in the family. But wasn't always sincere about it. And there is a sense of regret about that. There's a message specifically for you, Angela, from this person, Giovanna. The message is you were right. You were right. You were right about how are you right about? Well, you're right about a lot of things, but you were right about her family. If that makes sense to you. You're right about her family. And you were right about her pain. So I feel like you had a more intimate dialogue with this person than perhaps other members of the family. And in some intimate dialogue you may have had with her about her life, you were right about her pain. And I want you to know that Giovanna felt very seen by you and very understood. And that intimidated her a little bit too, because there were times where she didn't want to be fully seen. Does that make sense to you? Okay, well, there you go. She's admitting it to you that you were right. How does it feel to hear that? And she always denied what I told her. How does it feel to hear that you were right? She is still connected to you. There's quite a bunch of comments coming in all at once. She's still very connected to you. And does this make sense? Okay, good. Do you have any other questions for Giovanna? Yes, Erin, this eclipse has been very intense today. I would love to hear from you, Erin. If you have any questions or if you have anything you want to share, please feel free to type in the chat if there's anybody you want to connect with. Today is Libra energy, so it's all about relationships. So let's talk to the people that we love. Let's get our spirit team in here sending us messages. There we go. Are there any, hold on a second. I'm going to get to you in a second. Thank you for asking. And it makes sense that she's had a lot to deal with this now. Yes. Does she have a message for my mother? Okay. I'm going to answer this and then I'm going to move to Erin. The message she has for your mother is to continue to have faith, is to not lose faith. Even though Giovanna was not always the best representation of this, and even though there's been some disappointment, or it seems like there's been some disillusionment since her passing, her message to your mother is to not lose faith, is to continue to have faith and to continue to, it seems like there's a spiritual practice that she's encouraging. So just to continue to stick with that and to not lose hope. Does this make sense to you? If it does, please confirm. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for asking. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to serve. Hi, Lacey. Love to connect with my Grandma Jean and receive any message. All right, good. So I'm going to go to, yes, we're going to connect to Grandma Jean, and we're going to go to Erin. Hi, Erin. Are there any messages from any of my loved ones on the other side? Any guidance on my path? Okay, so we're keeping it open. I get to show my feathers here. So Erin, I'm just going to take a few minutes to connect to your energy. I have an aunt here, and as I'm talking, if this resonates, and if you can confirm any of this, please let me know in the chat. I have an aunt here. She's blonde. She, or at least was blonde when she was young. And there's a very sort of playful energy to this person. Your aunt sees that you're a person who tries very hard at whatever it is that you do. You really push yourself. And I feel like this aunt is encouraging you to have more fun, to play more, to be more in the whimsical. There's something whimsical that you do that you're really good at, that she would love to see you do more of. Let me know if any of this is resonating for you, and you can let me know if it's not, please. Any feedback is good feedback. So I feel like she wants you to, there's something musical. It feels very artistic, whatever it is that she's showing me. She wants you to spend more time with the music, with the artistic side of your life, and that your path involves this. So let's see here. Ha ha ha. So true. Oh, good. I love it. Oh, she's here. What is the name of this ant here? I don't know what an ant unless it's Blanche. Oh, maybe. Dancing and painting. Yeah, good. This is her. And sometimes, I say this, sometimes I can pick up on people that are not crossed over. It could just be an energy that's really present in your life. Universal intelligence is all of it, right? And so we, as third dimensional beings, experience a separation between life and death. We feel the dense reality of where we are versus, being in the spirit realm. But when we're tapped into universal intelligence, it's all just consciousness. So it's literally like I'm having conversations with people in the room. Okay. So dancing and painting, and she wants that for you. Blanche wants that for you. I'm curious to know if she's blonde, or at least that's how I see her. And that's how she's showing herself to me. But she wants you to have more fun and create more, use art. Here's the thing, Erin, and I don't know what you do. But I feel like, okay, good. I feel like, you could be incorporating art into your work, and whatever it is, however it is you're expressing your gifts with the world. So there's more of that you could be doing that would actually bring you a lot more joy. I feel like your aunt doesn't like the job that you're in. I don't know if that's accurate for you. Just, I'm just transmitting messages. The she's a little like, she wishes that you were doing more, you're having more fun, you're expressing your gifts more. She wants you to to take more chances, and to, it's almost like she's encouraging you to have more romance in your life and have your life be more whimsical. Does that make sense? She was a real joker. Okay, well, she's got a party spirit. She's got a party spirit, and she wants you to join her in that. She's like, she's pushing you to go out and here we go. It isn't right for me. I'm supposed to be working on my intuitive gifts. Beautiful. Erin, yes. I mean, I just literally got goosebumps. That's what your grandmother wants. She wants you. And it's interesting that you said that, because I was going to say art therapy. So I don't know if that resonates for you, but like something to do with art and movement therapy, healing, that type of stuff, I think would be perfect for you. Your aunt wants that for you. I see that for you just based on your name on the screen here. Oh my God, it's Sharon. Okay, Sharon. Good. I'm glad you recognize who this is. So she wants that for you. She wants you to tap into your gifts more, your creativity, your artistic side, and really express yourself from this place. That is your message. I mean, your spirit team is here, and they are confirming that this is what they see for you. And this is the space that's being held for you to be fully self-expressed in this life. And the interesting thing about following our purpose, and Angela had asked the question earlier about our soul's gifts. When we don't, yes, intuitive coaching is my passion. Beautiful. Awesome. I love that. Me too. So I feel you. The thing about our soul's gifts, when we don't express them fully, when we don't follow them and truly listen to them and develop them fully, come into our authentic expression, we never truly have peace. Right? It always feels like something's missing. Lacey, I hope you're still there, because I'm coming for you. I am just kind of running with this reading, but I'm coming for you. So we never really have peace, right? It always feels like something's missing. We lack fulfillment. We lack, here we go. My chef career is out of clothes now. Good, it's time. And that's why you're here tonight. It's no accident. There's no accidents in the universe. And that's why Sharon is here for you tonight, to confirm it's time to get out. She doesn't like what you do. It's time for you to do what you're really passionate about, and to take that risk, right? That was the message that she had for you, was to take the risk, do what you love, and follow your passion. We all need to do that. Otherwise, it's impossible to have peace. We always feel like something's missing. And it's interesting as humans, when we feel like something's missing, we look in our externals. We look at our relationships. We look at our, finances. We look at other, external sources of validation and gratification. None of these will quell our thirst for living purposefully. Okay. And this is something that we all need to sort of calibrate to, is we have the need to live purposefully. So that's the first place to look, is, am I living my purpose? Am I really being authentic with what brings me the most joy? Okay. Erin, I'm so glad that this was helpful. Let me know if this was helpful, and if you got the messages you needed tonight. Hi, Addison. I'm coming. I have another person in line here. Here we go, Lacey. Aaron, if you have it. Oh, here we go. I am so ready now to figure out how to do it. Thank you. Don't figure it. I don't want you to figure it out. I want you to use your intuition, and you're going to get centered. You're going to meditate, and you're going to allow spirit to show you. Set an intention for spirit to show you, and it will come. I promise you it will come. I'm going to put a link at the bottom of this video. You can join me in my 8-week course coming up on October 17th called The Way of the Mystic. You can develop your intuitive gifts. So there'll be plenty of opportunities for you to express yourself there and launch into a beautiful career as an intuitive coach. You're welcome. Beautiful. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. All right, we got some more people here. I love it. Lacey, where are you? I'd love to connect with my Grandma Jean and receive any messages she may have for me. I would love to connect with Grandma Jean. Okay, I'm going to take some water and I'll be right here. Okay, Grandma Jean. Lacey wants to talk to you. I feel like this grandma spent a lot of time with you growing up. I feel like she's really, she's with you. She's showing me an animal. So you have an animal that's around you. Let me see. It's either a butterfly or a hummingbird. Let me know if this resonates for you. If you know, if this is like, you know what I'm talking about. There's a butterfly or some type of bird, flying creature that's around you a lot. Okay. This is your Grandma Jean. And she's like, she follows you around. She wants to make sure you're safe. She wants to make sure you're okay. She wants to make sure you have everything you need. She's a real caregiver, caretaker. I feel like she took a lot of responsibility for you as well. Like, you know, she was, helped raise you a lot, and she wants you to she wants you to connect with her more and lean into her. She's got a lot of really sage advice. You know, she's the spirit in your life that's like dropping little hints. And here we go. What do we got here? Hummingbird. Yay. I love that. I love that. So she is, yeah, so she's always around. It's interesting that she chose the hummingbird because that's her energy, right? She's like, she moves very quickly. She processes things very quickly. She was very busy, all that she kept busy. She was very industrious in her energy as well in her lifetime. She's always making sure that you don't forget things. She's always making sure that, you know, like if you lose something or you can't find something, all of a sudden, like that's your grandma. Like your grandmother, what is she trying to say? She talks fast too. She's trying to tell me, it's interesting. I see her with dark hair. It's probably when she was young. I see her with dark hair, almost like the same color as you. And yeah, she's very self-sufficient. She has the energy of like an entrepreneur or somebody who's like, you know, very capable. You know, she's very strong. And so her message for you is to cultivate your inner strength. Right? Really cultivate your inner strength and to be capable and to be self-actualize. So she really wants you to go for it, Lacey. Whatever it is that you have in your heart, whatever it is that you want to manifest in your life, she's really kind of like, she's right there with you saying, hey, I'm here, I see you, and I'm with you, and you can do it. Does this resonate for you, Lacey? Let me know if it does. Good. or if it doesn't. Any feedback is good feedback. Let me see, who do we have next? Here we go. Addison, welcome. I think we lost Lacey. Okay. I've been thinking about my grandfather on my mother's side lately, but I don't know a lot about him. Can you help me connect with him? I would love to. Okay. Grandfather on your mother's side. Okay. So I feel a lot of sadness in this person. I feel like he, like he died, I want to say relatively young for his generation. And yeah, I feel like it's something to do with the lungs. I don't know if you don't know a lot about him, if you can confirm any of this information, but let me know if you know anything that I'm sharing. I feel like this grandfather was very hard on himself and critical of himself. And I feel like you have some of that energy from him. He was a very deep person, very deep thinker, very reflective, contemplative person. Didn't talk a lot, a little bit. His energy was kind of like, subtle, like I want to say subdued. But he loved his family very much. He was very committed to his family, very devoted to his family, very hardworking, but he didn't fulfill completely his own he didn't fulfill his own dreams. Like he was kind of like, as I was mentioning earlier, when we don't fulfill our purpose, we kind of never really fully have peace. He was sad about it. I feel like his energy is a little bit sad. And I don't feel like you got to spend a lot of time with him. So, he is, he's present in your life, even though you don't know much about him. I feel like he's around your family. He's around your mom a lot. He is, my sense is that there's a need for emotional support. Your mom needs a lot of emotional support. And your dad didn't really give a lot of that to her in her life while, raising her. And so he's there to sort of remind her that she's supported. And so you can connect with him through your mom. You can have, my recommendation would be to have conversations with your mom about your grandfather. I think that would be very healing for your family. And it would really help bridge this gap of not understanding some of your ancestral DNA, some of the imprinting that you inherited. And to sort of understand the kind of man that he was. He, like I said, hard worker, very dedicated to his family, but didn't fulfill completely on his own dreams. So, yeah. And he recognizes that, that this is a pattern that exists in your family. So he's here to sort of be here with you, to connect with you through your mom. I think the messages talk to your mom more about him so you could connect. And there's something he's showing me, and I hope this is useful to you, Addison. I'm seeing it's interesting. It looks like a small radio of some kind, like a small radio, or Yeah, that's the best thing I could, that's my best interpretation of this object. It's like dated. It's not from this time. Um, it's like, it seems like something from the 50s, you know. He's showing me like a small radio, and I think your mom might have it still. So he's like kind of tinkering with it, showing it to me, and he's showing me that he likes to make things with his hands, and you got this from him. So I don't know if you're spending time building something or building some electronics, or, you know, building, tinkering around with stuff, but your grandfather's energy is present in that. Okay. So let me know if any of this is accurate, and please confirm, or, you know, don't. Let me know if it's accurate or not. Any feedback is good feedback. But that's the message I am feeling from him. This is amazing. Thank you, Angela. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Oh, Lacey, we got some confirmation from you. Addison, if you're able to confirm, that would be great. And yeah, she was the grandma that I was able to spend time with, and she had 8 kids and raised them all alone, very self-sufficient. Yes. Okay, good. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely that energy of like worker, you know, like hard worker. And so I'm glad that you got a chance to connect with her, you know. Yeah, for those of you that want to connect more deeply with your loved ones, you know, I'm happy to give you my undivided attention, and can do a deep dive, and give you a more in-depth reading. I'll put the link at the bottom of the video so you can come and book with me. Let's see here. Hey, thank you. I think it's amazing too. I love doing this work. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I don't know many details, but he did build businesses and sometimes furniture. Many of the businesses were not as successful as he had hoped. Oh, okay. I felt that. So yes, he was a builder, and furniture, maybe that's what I'm seeing him tinkering with, some type of box or some kind of, you know, the radio thing could have been like an invention, you know, or like something he was working on that didn't quite pan out the way he wanted it to. So that's his message for you. I hope that's clear, is as you're building things with your own hands, is to really kind of connect with him, ask him for guidance, ask him for his presence. When we ask our loved ones, they always come through. We just have to be open and willing to receive them, and talk to your mom about him, because she needs to have that conversation. She needs to talk about him, and by talking about him with you, it's healing for everybody, the whole family system. Okay. You're welcome. You're welcome. And you're welcome. All right, cool. What do we have next? Anybody have you have any questions here? Does Babush have anything to say for guidance? Hi, Gemini. Are you open to telling me who Babush is? I mean, I'm assuming it's a grandparent, but are you open to telling me who Babush is for you, so I can connect? A lot of chats here. Goodness. I want to make sure I got to everybody. Oh, good. Father-in-law. Oh, okay, good. All right. Thank you for your clarity. And, you know, sometimes just establishing the context of the relationship helps me. Babush, father-in-law. Oh, there's a big apology coming your way. Father-in-law is very sorry for being so strict and difficult to deal with, and being sort of I feel like his presence was kind of tyrannical in the family. If this is accurate for you, please let me know. He was not an easy person to be around, and he acknowledges that. He acknowledges that he made your life difficult, and that he was demanding, and he wants you to know that he sees your value. This is his language, okay? Specifically his language. He sees your value. He sees how much you gave to the marriage, is what he's saying. He's seeing how much you sacrificed yourself, and that this is something that is, was expected of you, and he wants you to live your own life. He wants you to live your own life, and he wants you to know your value. Gemini, if you can confirm some of this, that would be great. And if you're shy, that's okay. Any confirmation is good. So yeah, that's what I feel from him. He's very sorry. He comes in very strong with an apology. He's got a very sort of commanding presence. You're welcome. And my sense is that you're probably feeling a lot of emotion right now, so that's okay. These type of conversations can bring up a lot of energy, so it's all good. I mean, the universe is love, right? And so when we're connecting with our loved ones, we are giving ourselves the opportunity to heal, to receive love from them, even if love was very difficult and very challenging in the human form. In third dimensional reality, we come here to play out our karma. We come here to fulfill our soul contract. We come here to experience the contrast of what it means to be human, so that we can choose in each moment higher consciousness. We can choose love. We can choose God. We can choose the truth. We can choose to serve, our highest and best good, everybody's highest and best good, by choosing self, right? Which is what I said at the beginning. In our human relationships, we make mistakes and we hurt each other sometimes, and we say things that we don't necessarily mean, and we don't always repair this damage. We don't always have the opportunity to repair this damage in our lifetime. And so it's the beautiful part of mediumship. And it's interesting how all of the questions were mediumship questions tonight. So I appreciate the opportunity to expand my own capacity in this way. So I feel very grateful to everyone who came and asked questions. And it's really about connecting to this experience of everlasting love, and to understand that we can connect with the people that have transitioned and meet in love, even if there was grief and hardship and challenges and pain in your relationship, okay, in your 3D relationship, and to know that we're always connected to each other no matter what, okay, that love never dies, it only ever changes form. Okay, good. Does anybody else have any questions? Oh, I don't even know what time it is. Oof, it's almost 6. This has been amazing. Thank you so much for being with me. I appreciate all of you so much. This is great. I love this Oracle Hour. I'm going to be doing this next Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific. If you have more questions, if you want to tell your friends and come and join me, if you want to connect with your loved ones or receive intuitive guidance or psychic information about your path, whatever it is that you might be struggling with, if you just want to come and say hi and ask questions about your own intuitive development, I'd be happy to answer your questions. I thank you all for being here with me tonight. Yes, you're welcome. Thank you. And I will, like, as I mentioned earlier, I'll put the link to my upcoming program. October 17th is an 8-week masterclass. It's a community class where we will develop our intuition. We're starting with week 1 and 2, developing our own intuitive gifts, overcoming limiting beliefs and conditioning, and this idea of separation. And then we move into connecting with our spirit guides, and there'll be a lot of opportunity to practice with a partner. So you'll have real-time experience of developing these gifts, and you can walk away with a real sense of what you can do, what you can accomplish when you connect to universal intelligence. And we'll spend a couple of weeks in mediumship. So you'll be able to connect to your own loved ones, whether you want to do this work for your own personal healing or you want to guide others. If you're a facilitator, a teacher, a coach, if someone who wants to, build a career in the intuitive arts, please come and join me. I've been doing this work for a very, very long time. I love to do it. And I love to teach it. So I will put both the link to the course at the bottom of the video, and you'll also see the link to book with me if you want to go deeper and have a more in-depth reading and have my undivided attention, so we can talk about all things spiritual and healing. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Sending you so much love.